Hello guys, it is Creative Theories here, and we have some very sad news. If you don't already know, Kia Pegg, who played the incredible Jody Jackson, is officially leaving the dumping ground, but don't worry, you can still see Kia on Doctors. But unfortunately, this means we're going to be kicking off Series 10 with a huge send-off, the biggest send-off since Mike and Tracy Beaker herself, definitely the biggest one the dumping ground has ever done. So what will this huge send-off look like, and when in the series will it happen? Let's get into it, but before we go any further, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new videos. So for all this, we're going to be looking at screenshots, dates, and just any information we can find. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, as I easily will have missed some facts and info, so if you know any of that yourself, let me know down below in the comments. So it was announced way back in January that Kia Pegg had landed a new acting gig, which most likely meant she was leaving. If you need a recap of everything that happened, then I will link a video I did on it down below, or you can go and click the card somewhere up there. Then, around the end of February, beginning of March time, the Dumping Ground cast members returned to set to begin reading lines for Series 10 and eventually start filming. Then, on the 7th of April, Kia posted on her Instagram this picture of her with some flowers titled New Beginnings. And basically, her and the whole cast have basically confirmed she just shot her final episode and was officially leaving the Dumping Ground. Around the same time, we also got this screenshot from the set showing they were currently filming block 1 of 5 from Series 10. Now, I'm not 100% sure how these filming blocks work, but usually it's several episodes are dedicated to begin being all filmed and produced in a block. So, for example, they're most likely returning back to the usual 24 episodes per series because we're kind of out of the pandemic now, so each block might be between 4 to 5 episodes each. So this first block is likely to be the first 4 or 5 episodes in Series 10 when Kia will be leaving. The date on this sheet is Monday the 4th of April, so 3 days before Kia officially left, so it's likely it was this week when they were filming Kia's final moments / final episodes. They were filming more in the weeks prior, as there isn't really a confirmation for how long it takes to film an episode, especially something as big as Jody Jackson leaving. So I reckon the whole block was probably dedicated to what they have planned for Jody's exit. And then we have a picture of Kia Pegg with some of her favourite cast members, and we can see from the slate that it was the day before Kia left, so it might have been Kia's last scene in a group. So now the big question is, what are they going to be doing for Jody Jackson's ending episode? Well, it will very likely, if not definitely, be the first episode at least. I will be shocked if they don't give Jody a two-parter, considering they've given it to her before hundreds of times. However, the wreck they did with Sasha's ending, I wouldn't put it past them. It's likely going to be like Bailey vibes, who of course left in a two-parter at the beginning of Series 5. The big difference here is this is Jody Jackson we're talking about. She is the modern day Tracy Beaker, and I'm well aware Tracy is back in the Beaker Girls, but Jody is incredibly popular and has been playing this part for a decade. Most fans only stick around now because of Jody, and once she's gone, there will be no connection left to Tracy Beaker Returns or Tracy Beaker herself, apart from maybe the Peter Pan book or if the TV shows ever crossed over. So they're going to be making a giant deal out of this because they just have to. I'm talking characters returning and a huge goodbye send-off. Since we've just dealt with Kingsley's death at the end of Series 9, I wouldn't be surprised if that plays a part in why Jody is leaving. It will most likely have something to do with her boxing career, maybe similar to Bailey's football, and it will definitely have something to do with her anger and therapy sessions. Reasoning for why she's leaving could be literally anything. Going off to live with Tyler, becoming too old for the care system, going in her boxing career, or even just deciding it's time to leave. But since Jody has been filming for a while, this could be a huge special event. We've already had Jody in Wonderland and Tyler Island, which Jody was a heavy part of, so what's to say we don't get another Dumping Ground film to close off this huge character? Or we could get a 3-parter at the beginning of the series instead of the end, like how Mike's ending was. The possibilities are literally endless. And the amount of characters who could return as well is huge. Tyler, her mum, and Luke I think are all definites, but I could see a lot more returning. Sasha is a huge possibility, but also anyone who has had a huge impact in Jody's time at either Elm Tree House or Ashton Ridge could also return. Electra, Carmen, T, Mike, and the biggest one of all, Tracy Beaker herself. I'm just imagining it now. Jody is having to visit her mum because of Kingsley's death, and she's already gotten very angry. She goes and finds the house empty, her mum has left again, and Tracy finds her, and we get a recreation of the iconic photo of Jody and Tracy sitting in an empty house in Jody's first ever episode, bringing everything full circle and officially closing off Tracy Beaker Returns. One can dream. What a way to kick off the beginning of the 10th series of this show. But it might not happen like that, that's just my dream. There are so many possibilities of where this could go. There's only one small, tiny little issue with all this, and that is the beginning of this series. They are introducing the new character, Bonnie, who we know has been there from day one of series 10, so is likely in episode 1, as the casting call says she needs to be available from 28th of February, which is when they started filming. Now, I'm sure this character is going to be great and all, but I really hate when the Dumping Ground shares an episode to a character being introduced and leaving. It is disrespectful to the new character, as they're completely overshadowed by the character who is leaving, and the character who is leaving deserves a full episode to themselves at least. It just feels like a swap in and out when it really shouldn't feel like that. And if they did that to Jody Jackson, the biggest character since Tracy Beaker, no matter how great this new Bonnie character is, it will just not sit right whatsoever. Jody deserves several full episodes dedicated just to her, and that's why my favourite episode from Series 9 was Sweet and Sour, which was literally just a full episode focusing on just Jody getting counselling. She is the most popular character, so adding a new character in at the same time might just feel a bit off. Now, you might disagree with what I've just said. For all I know, Kia Pegg will too, but I just believe Jody deserves to leave without anyone new coming in. Introduce Bonnie afterwards, and then we can get to love her as well. And the final bit of information comes from this screenshot of the script for episode 1. Now, we really can't see what the title is, but it definitely has New Star in there. The first words could be anything. For me, it looks like a H and an L, with it being a 4-letter word, so maybe help, or even something like hola if they're thinking of tying in other countries into it. Who knows? Either way, this first episode of Series 10 is something to do with new beginnings, which could relate to Bonnie's first coming, depending on what her past is like, and could be assigned to Jody's exit of wanting a fresh start by leaving, or could be a clue as to what causes the drama for Jody to leave. She may be wanting a new start since Kingsley's death and prepares for it, but everything just goes wrong, which is why she leaves. And I love how Kia's Instagram post said new beginnings. She was most likely referring to moving on to other projects, but she could have also been hinting at this episode title as well. But anyway guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let us know down below in the comments of what do you think about this. How do you reckon the Dumping Ground is going to tackle such a huge character leaving? Personally, for me, I think the Dumping Ground can either do this really well or really, really badly. For me, Mike's leaving was handled very badly, but when Tracy left, I thought it was a really great ending, so it could be either one. Let's just hope that Jody Jackson and Kia Pegg get the best sending episode of possible, and what a way to kick off the 10th series of this amazing show by having the biggest character leaving. Guys, I literally can't wait. Let me know all your thoughts down there, and as always, we've been here on Creative Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.